You know, I've been thinking lately about people out there who are still telling us that we should be ashamed of being fat or thin. And I'd just like to know, with all those people who are into public shaming, how come you don't shame people who are, I guess you'd say, average or acceptable size? And I mean, you don't know if they're sick or not. You have no idea if they may be doing something to hurt themselves. You can't tell because you can't see it on the outside. So for you to say that you're trying to help a fat person be bullied into being thin because you care about their health, that's not what it is. You're bullying a fat person because they're showing on the outside something that you may not have seen if they had some other problem, if you want to call it a problem. And it bothers you because you're moralizing it. You're putting on you're adding goodness to being thin or slender, and badness to being fat. You're putting on a character flaw on someone's looks. And that's not right, because we have no idea what a person is all about. And considering this thing about weight in America, England, and Canada getting heavier, there's so many reasons behind that. Are they excuses? No. There are reasons. Of course there are people who eat a lot and sit around. And some of those people are also thin, but their metabolism takes care of that, don't they? Do they get put down? No, they don't, because nobody sees it. But there are people who do eat and sit around. There's also people whose diet is a lot of junk food, who don't get enough nutrition. Their body then craves the nutrition, which makes them eat more, trying to get the vitamins that their body needs. There's people with just bad metabolisms, or poor, slow metabolisms, let's say. Let's not stick good and bad on that too. And there are people that are going to be large or thin, and they're going to live out a nice long life and have very little physical problems. So what I'm saying here, and I'm also thinking there's something to do with the glyphosate herbicide that people have been pouring onto our produce and our crops for years. And I believe that does something to our hunger hormones and things like that. But all those things contribute to people being healthy or not healthy. And for someone to judge another person based on their weight, be it heavy or thin, I mean, sure, they can do it. It's pretty easy to just do it. I mean, it's an easy way of saying I'm better than you, or you're not one of us. But it's hurtful. It does nothing but make a person want to hide and eat. Now, I've been heavy most of my life, and when I was younger and I didn't have the ovaries that I have now, if they teased me, it didn't happen that much, but sometimes, the one thing I'd want to do would be to go inside and hide away. It did not encourage me to exercise. It did not encourage me to eat better. It encouraged me to hide and be depressed and eat more. I've since realized that I'm a heavier person, period. Could I be thinner? Yes, I could. Do I want to be thinner? Yes, I do. Not a lot, though. Not as much as what somebody would think I'd want. I've come to accept that I'm heavier, and I probably always will be a heavier person. I've lost weight before. I've become very thin. I've become so-called average, and I've gained it all back. So yes, you can tell people to lose weight, but they will, many of them will gain it back unless they're very vigilant about their weight and their eating and their exercise. And not many people want to live their life that way, constantly thinking about what they're eating. And there's thin people who try as they might, they can't gain weight. They go on all sorts of weight gaining things and try to slow down their metabolism, and they cannot do it. So I am thinking that this whole thing about weight and bodies are incredibly individualistic. There's a lot more to it than just sitting around and eating a lot. And for anybody to think that body shaming, and let's be honest, that's just being a bully. Anybody who thinks that that's going to help, I think they're living in a fantasy world. And I think the best way to be is just to encourage people when they want to do something, when they want to do something healthy, to encourage people and to not call people down. I know plenty of men who love heavy women. Is it a fetish? No, it's no more a fetish than someone who loves blonde hair or, you know, an average sized body. Is that a fetish? No. They're not fetishes. They're what people think is beauty. And there's nothing wrong with that. And what I love no more, I love to see people of all sizes dress up, you know, look good, and just go out there and do their best and smile and be happy and have confidence. And I don't want people shrinking around and skulking and hiding who they are just because someone has bullied them into not being. So with that, I just thought I'd say my bit here. And yeah, we're looking at you, Bill Maher. This obviously has come on the heels of him on TV. He has this huge platform, and yet he says that bringing back body shaming would be a good thing. No, no. I agree with a lot of what you say. I don't like how you put down spiritual people or religious people. I understand what you're saying about some religious people, but you're tarring and feathering everyone as the same. It's prejudice, and it's got to stop. And yeah, let's just be kind out there. Come on, we're all struggling to get through this life. Let's just be kind. Okay, guys? I'll see ya.